Hello guys, today we're gonna be playing some Space Empires 5. The music in this beginning part might be a bit loud, but I'm really sorry and I can't do anything about that. So, we are gonna be playing on a medium midlife map and we're gonna give ourselves 100,000 technology points and 2,000 racial points. And we're gonna set the number of computer players and computer player difficulty to high, and we're gonna remove neutral empires. And we're gonna give the computer players a medium bonus. So now we need to make a new empire for ourselves. So yeah. Okay. Can randomize these things. No. No, that won't do. Let's go with a empire here. And set that here. And we want to pick a design file because let's go with animals. That's gonna give us a list of names to use for our ship designs later on. And as for our flag, let's go with this one here. Now, race details, we're gonna be oxygen breathers, I think, on a rock planet. As for our portrait, yeah, these guys look good. Racial name, yeah, we're just gonna randomize those. Serpentoid. No, let's go with reptilian if there is something like that there. There is. Okay, government. We are an empire, so we want a monarchy. Here, okay, society. I'm gonna be playing science heavy games, so let's go with scientists if we can find them. Where are you? Ah, there you are. Okay, and racial traits. These are your race's special abilities, and we have 2,000 points for picking them. So I am gonna go with propulsion expert, and I'm gonna pick one of these advanced technologies. I think I'm gonna pick... well, I don't know what I should pick. Actually, no. We're gonna go with natural merchant so that we don't need to bother with building spaceports in our systems. And now, we're gonna use our beginning racial points to get some technology so that we are not completely helpless military-wise when we begin. So let's put some into armor, some into weapons, and then. Yeah, we can't really afford physics yet, even though I would like to. Yeah. Yeah, physics is too expensive, we're not gonna do that. And we want to put some into ship size, because otherwise our ships are gonna be so ridiculously small that they're gonna be almost useless. This way we're gonna have space for more than one gun. Oh yeah, and we want to put one level into intelligence services so that we can build basic intelligence centers, so that we can defend ourselves against intelligence operations, and we are gonna need that. Okay, so what else? I think that's about it. Yeah, it's about it. We can settle. No, yeah. Let's just put some into weapon mounts, and don't want to waste any points, but yeah. I don't think I've forgotten anything, so okay. So we set everything up properly here. Okay. Okay, scores. Yeah, we can set it like that. And I think we're ready to begin, so let's go. Yeah. Anyway, this is a 4x strategy game, so essentially you build a empire in a turn-based strategic setup, and then your combat is run in a real-time simulator. So actually I don't hear any music, so yeah, let's turn it down a bit more. And actually we're pretty lucky because we have another oxygen rock planet which we can immediately colonize here. But first we're gonna start researching physics, because that will give us energy weapons, which means that we'll be able to use our energy reserves for ammunition, and we won't have to put specialized ammunition stores in our ships. And it will also give us shields. So that's a good place to start. And now we want to go here and design a colony ship and something that can explore and do some defending if necessary. So yeah, here you can see the requirements. We need 50 crew, 50 life support for crew, 50 crew quarters, and some engines. And since this is colony ship, we also need a colony module. Okay. Now there's a maximum limit of for the engines you can add here, and for colony ship that's 10. It says maximum of 10 movement points, but what it really means is that you can't have more than 10 engines here. And since we have some space left, let's add some stuff. Whoops, should have held shift there. Okay, some armor there and an extra cargo bay so that we can carry extra population. So we need to select the ship type. Well, we don't need to, but it helps organize things. So yeah, it's listed under colony rock here. If we had several different colony rock ships, then it would all list them there. So now we're gonna build a frigate for basic defenses. Okay, and this ship can actually carry 12 engines since it's a small combat ship. Oh, and I added 14. And it will also need crew and a bridge. Oh yeah. Here you have 3 areas for hull, which is outer hull, inner hull, and armor. Armor gets hit first, then outer hull, and then inner hull. So you want to place one of these engines along with the life support and bridge and crew quarters in the center, so that the ship can at least move even when everything else is destroyed. Yeah, that colony ship didn't really need combat sensors since I didn't put any weapons on it, but yeah, gonna give this a pair of guns, a pair of ammo storage, and these carry 250 units of ordnance, and this fires 1 unit of ordnance with every shot, as well as using supplies. So that's 500 shots plus the small amount of munition that can be carried within the weapon itself, and that's not a lot. That's essentially one and a half fight, if it's not a big fight, but we don't need more than that right now. And well, the extra, actually let's set it as a defensive ship. Okay, and we don't really need more than that. Now let's select a name, and now we're gonna set strategy, and we want it to go for short weapons range because it has sucky combat sensors and it can't really hit the broadside of a barn at a distance, so it has to go close if it wants to hit anything. Okay, now let's do this. First we want, actually yeah, first build a colony ship for that other oxygen planet, and then an intelligence center to give us some basic defense against enemy intelligence as soon as possible, because if you're defenseless against enemy intelligence, it can be really devastating. They will just crush you. And here we are researching physics, and research points are counted as starting resources, so we have 25,000 now, but we'll have like 5,000 every turn after that until we build more research centers somewhere. So that's just a starting bonus. We won't really research that quickly. Okay, and we're ready to end our first turn here. And it looks like we have 10 players, including ourselves. And yeah, 6 turns until we have physics. So we might have to wait a little while. Actually, let's add some exploration and defense ships to the queue here. Oh, and these are war points. You travel through them to get to other systems. Okay. Yeah, nothing to do here. Okay, we have built a colonization ship here, and this green circle here is our sensor range for this ship. Well, it's our sensor coverage actually. Now we tell it to colonize here. If you give a colonization command when the ship is at one of your planets, it will automatically try to load population. Otherwise, you need to manually load it before setting out. So, planet value. Okay, conditions unpleasant, and planet value, it's all less than 100%, so we're not going to be doing any mining here. We're going to use this as a research base. Okay. Yeah, they automatically replace this beginning spaceport with something else if you have natural merchants on. Oh, whoops, sorry, wrong place. Okay. And yeah, facility space, we have 25 kilotons of facility space, which is essentially 25 facilities. So let's add 20 research centers and 3 intelligence centers and some mineral storage. Yeah, mineral storage facilities. Because minerals are what you need the most in this game. They're the most used resource. The rest is just, well, you can see our expenditure both for construction and maintenance here. Yeah, see? 200 and 760 versus 3000, so yeah, you get the idea. Okay, yeah. Derping around. Some new stuff getting done. It highlights the ones that happened this turn. So, you know. 2 turns we're gonna have our first exploration ship. And and then we can see what our neighboring systems look like. Okay, yeah, that's just facilities getting constructed. And how's our research? 3 turns, okay. And that's done. Okay, I ordered it to warp through that warp point. Okay. Why are you moving so slowly? You should not be moving that slowly. Okay, options. No, we don't want to show frames per second. Where are you showing my frames per second? Are you showing my frames per second? You are, we are at 30. Okay, although I think my recording software can't, yeah, record that quickly. Okay, we're gonna set this to 20, and I told the ship to auto-explore this system. So we're gonna see what's there in a while. It's gonna take 2 or 3 turns for the ship to finish exploring that system, and then it's gonna have to head back because it's gonna be low on supplies. And just 2 ways to fix that. I guess you can have more supply space on your ships, or you can have better sensors and it will take less time to explore this whole thing. Actually, system report. Yeah, looks like there are planets here, so that should be fine. Okay, that is 1 turn away, and we don't want to start researching the next level of this, so we're gonna fine-tune our spending here. What else can we do? We can continue exploring light hulls. Once we reach level 5 in light hulls, we're gonna be able to start researching the next ship size. But yeah, that's just to avoid wasting research points. How's this coming along? Yeah, it's already producing more than 3000 research points, so that's progress right there. Okay. Oh, oh, no, 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 we have neighbors already. Oh, God. That is not as good as we might like. There's gonna have to move quickly to secure our borders against these guys. We are so not ready yet for anything. The good news is that they probably won't declare war on us for killing them when they try to enter our systems, but still, it's not good. They're closer than I would like, but I will just have to deal with it. Okay, so phased energy weapons, yeah, no. They can pass through normal shields, but I don't know, they take a lot of effort to research and they're not very powerful. Okay, let's clear spending and start researching energy stream weapons, because they have a decent range and at the same time they get more powerful closer up, so you can start shooting at long range, then close and really pummel your enemies. They're a good beginning weapon. As for shields, well, who needs shields anyway? We're gonna research those a bit later on. Okay, exploring that is there, and yeah. Okay, we need to colonize that system as quickly as possible and put some of our ships on top of this warp point here if possible. Okay, we researched 2 levels of this in a single turn, that's good. Okay. Yeah. We need another planet for resources. We really don't have the juice to do much more than explore right now. And yeah, the survey algorithm is less effective than I would like there. But we're gonna leave it alone. I don't want to micromanage that. See, it just moves around the edges instead of maximizing its sensor coverage of the unknown areas. And we're gonna research these energy stream weapons up to level 10, I think. And then we're gonna have some basic weaponry to work with. As for you, this warp point, now sit on top of it. And they're coming there. They shouldn't attack, they're just exploring. If they do, we're in a bad place. Okay, here have we discovered any colonizable planets? If we are gonna defend this system here, then we need one planet where we can repair our ships and which can hold our resupply depot. Without that, we're gonna have a very difficult time of holding on to this system, and we're probably better off defending here in our home system. And what we're trying to do is grab territory and prevent them from settling down here. Otherwise, if they manage to set up in there, then we're gonna have to go to war in order to expand. And we really need to grab certain amount of territory if we want to remain competitive against these, well, everyone. And it thinks it's low on supplies and it doesn't want to survey anymore. Oh god. Yeah, and someone's at the door, sorry guys. And I'm back. Okay, it looks like we do have a methane planet, but it is rock and it is large, so it should have 5 building slots there for us. And we want to build a colony ship to send that way here. Right after this next defense ship, which we will also place over this warp point. And okay, continue. Okay. Oh yeah, lots of planets. Just none with an oxygen atmosphere that we can actually colonize. This, no, this is also a methane one. This has no atmosphere at all. Another one of the, oh, this has ruins. Means it has some sort of advanced technology which we can scavenge if we colonize it. Okay, gonna send this here as well. We're gonna need it to defend. And once we research new weapons and upgrade our ship design, we will be able to retrofit these ships to the new design, as long as the difference in between them isn't too high. So yeah, but that's a little ways in the future. Yeah, that's almost done. And here we go. Combat. Someone's coming through the warp point. Okay, how deadly are you? Okay, two guns which are weaker than ours. No armor because these guys, oh, it's three guns actually, but still no armor, so they should be pretty easy to kill. And it's sitting still. Move closer. Oh yeah, they're pummeling us and we're missing. Shoot it. Kill it. We can see our armor going down there. Shoot it right in the engines. Right in the engines. Excellent. So you can see the damage is modeled based on where your guns actually hit. So it's something to take into account. Wow. Yeah, I need to kill some background processes here, I think. And we won, and we didn't even use up that much of our ammunition there. But we did lose about half of our armor, so that's that. Okay. And our ship continues to explore. Oh, that was an oxygen planet. Sweet. It's good. But first we need a base here and can colonize this planet because it's big, and also we want our forward base to be as close to the warp point as possible. Oh, wait. What? These guys, where did they come from? Did they sneak in? Well, I wasn't looking. Oh no. Oh damn. Oh, that's not good. This might just be their home system. Oh. How are we on those weapons? You know what, that's gonna have to be good enough. We need to upgrade our designs. Okay, what can we add here that will help us fight? Nothing except a bit of extra supplies. Okay. Now, this is not good. This is pretty not good. It's these things. Oh, okay. We're gonna colonize here. Defend this planet with your life. Gonna use this place to launch an attack on this, which I think is their home world. We're gonna exterminate them. And that will give us a nice buffer zone against these whatchamacallits. I think they're Ukratal. Okay, what are you? Well, it doesn't really matter one way or the other. Point is, these brownish guys. Yeah, we need to take this system. Otherwise they're just too close to our home world. And we can't have that. But for that we're gonna need a few ships, because this planet will have at the very least some sort of weapons platforms to help defend it on the surface. Probably equipped with nuclear missiles. So what can I do? Okay, defending that place. Not particularly useful because the enemies are already here. I'm gonna send these ships back for now and retrofit them to the new design and then send them to fight here. Probably want to leave one to defend our home world as well. This is not going